Hey guys, welcome back to another 1v1 cast. It's another oKhaliD against ApparentlyJack 1v1. Now I said in the last time that I cast these two playing that I would gladly watch them play all day, and I wasn't lying. Here's another 3 games from the weekend just past. The first game here is from Friday the 9th, the second game is from Saturday the 10th, and the third game is from Sunday the 11th. So 1 day gap between all 3 of the games here. I'm not sure what the reason for that is. Maybe there was a lot of people queuing and they just didn't hit each other very often, or well, they only hit each other once each day in the rank ladder. Maybe after 1 game they just thought, oh, that was too much, that's enough for now, and they just decided to call it for the day. Either way though, let's get into the first game of this mini rank series between oKhaliD and ApparentlyJack. Should be a good one, always is, with ApparentlyJack in the orange team to start things off, and oKhaliD in the blue team. Obviously, oKhaliD has the advantage historically against Jack, just marginally. There's been many a Game 5, many a Game 7 between these two. Even the ranked series, which aren't really series, they're just, well, they are a series of games, but they're not officially tied together in any way. But even these ranked series, mini-series, if whatever you want to call them, have ended up being extremely close. And, you know, Jack's won points from oKhaliD on some days. oKhaliD takes points from Jack on other days. Obviously, oKhaliD has the slight advantage against just about everybody in the ladder because he's always the guy sitting at rank 1. Nice chain bump by oKhaliD to get things started. Jack, completely out of boost, had no way to get back into position after that one. But from what I'm seeing so far, it looks like oKhaliD is going to be playing that slightly conservative style that he does whenever he plays against ApparentlyJack. Well, a bit too much on this occasion. No way he's going to recover for that one. Jack makes it 1-1. Well, we've seen oKhaliD on stream or on the channel a few times recently playing at a much faster pace. But when he does play against Jack, I think he slows things down a little bit. These players, they know each other so well that they really do just turn this into a game of chess, a brains back and forth with bursts of mechanical ability. However, Jack in the Octane, I believe last time I casted this matchup, Jack was in the Fennec, and I think the last time he played Jarius as well. Oh my goodness. Well, not sure that Jack knew a lot about that one, but he has been saved by the post. oKhaliD with a deadly flick. It's never been his absolute strongest part of his game, the flick game. For oKhaliD, something that Jack definitely has his number on. But luckily, whenever you are the attacking player, whenever you're the one making a flick, it's not like the other player can come in and flick the ball. It's very much a selection, a shot selection process, and oKhaliD has plenty other options to go for. But yet we've not seen him rely on those bounce dribble and ground shots as often recently. That's just a full volley from a high bounce. And how many goals this game have we already seen due to boost management maybe not being as good as it could be? Now Jack actually sneaking in for a ball chase shot. oKhaliD was completely beaten there. Very interesting. Not often that you'll see so many goals between these two that are just 100 boost to 0. One player with no boost and really not positioning accordingly. But they know that there's really no point. Both players are well aware that it is sort of futile to back off and give the other one all the space. oKhaliD with his signature move there in the defensive corner. He rarely takes the ball across his own goal unless he absolutely has to. Prefers to just keep it in that corner, force the other player to come to him. Such a confident 50-50 game that he doesn't mind playing 50-50s even that close to his goal. And that's a really good 50-50, although it's in reverse from oKhaliD. So confident that he flipped right through it and gets the 4th goal for himself. It's not looking very good for Jack here. Now, the last time that I casted these two play, I ended up looking pretty stupid because at one point I said that Jack's comeback potential is not as good as oKhaliD's is. I think it's mostly because oKhaliD is just, he is the king. I think the only player who's really at his level in terms of 1v1 mentality would be FairJame. I think those two are just the best in terms of making comebacks, never giving up, and always playing perfectly relative to the time that they have left in a game. So you can never count them out. Jack, however, historically has ended up being on the wrong end of very one-sided defeats because he just doesn't have the same ability to come back from large deficits. However, the last time that these two played, Jack had a huge comeback win against oKhaliD, and I've Never really seen that from him. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Jack's just smashed the ball into his own net. That was a complete unforced error. Own goal. And as if oKhaliD needed any help, he's definitely going to get some. That's a better flick by oKhaliD. Oh my goodness. Jack's been a spectator for quite a few of these flicks today. He might be as surprised as I am to see oKhaliD relying on flicks as often as he has. And also sending them in with a lot of venom. A good read though there by Jack. He predicted that it would be impossible for oKhaliD to get round that ball and put it on target. Not so keen on that play that he just made though. Have to respect oKhaliD's boost management more than that. Now, has Jack got the reset? Yes, he does. Shot on target, saved by oKhaliD with a pre-jump. Jack's been playing quite well in bursts here. But unfortunately, oKhaliD has just eked out an advantage and seems to be not too interested in giving Jack any chances to come back here. There is the final minute. Jack is just really not getting goal side of these shots. He's saved by the bar now. That's just not active enough in defense from Jack. Now here he comes at the other end. This is a great setup for the air double bump. Lands on him, and it's a 2-goal game. Been pretty shaky for the past 30 seconds or so from ApparentlyJack. Saved by the bar, and now suddenly he is right back in it. That's a great bounce for him, and the kick-off goal makes it a 1-goal game. Well, I didn't expect this given the run of the game and how it was flowing. Jack is right back in it. oKhaliD predicted, well, he saw that fake kickoff, but he didn't see it early enough. Now here comes Jack with the air dribble, double touch, on target, saved by oKhaliD. He doesn't have a lot of boost still. Oh, he just gets a slight touch on the ball, but Jack is still all over and misses his center ball with a pinch. And that's a bit of understeer on the turn as well. Mechanical letdown from Jack. Has he left his net open? It looks like he has, but he's got such a strong boost advantage. It doesn't matter, that's almost off the inside of the post there. oKhaliD has to give him the ball, has to back off to mid. He's not faking any challenges. Here comes Jack with the air double bump. Oh, oKhaliD saved it. That was an unbelievable save, and he's going to try time waste here as well. oKhaliD just needs to bound into the ground. There it is. Did I say bound into the ground? You guys know what I mean. Wow, what a tense ending to that game. It was unnecessarily close, I would say, at the end there with oKhaliD almost allowing Jack to come back in. After missing the net with a ground shot, which I would usually expect him to be scoring. I'm talking about, of course, the crossbar moment where Jack just got saved by the bar, and then he dribbled to the other end of the field, landed the air dribble bump, got a kick-off goal afterwards. You know, all that wouldn't have happened if oKhaliD just made sure to put the shot on target. A bit uncharacteristic of him to, throw away a possession in the final minute of a game where he already leads by 3. Nice wall shot by oKhaliD to start things off. He's in the orange this game, Jack in the blue. And remember, this game was played one day after the one that we just watched. So they've had time to go and think about the match, but I'm sure that they've thought about lots of games if they're playing ranked sessions. But this would always be the standout one. What a bump by Jack. He's getting the goal off this as well. That's huge. 1-1 with a physical play and a half. Jack not messing around here. I want to start a petition, by the way, for ApparentlyJack to change his name to AppJack. What do you guys think about that? I always realize when I'm casting his games, it sounds like I'm just talking in theoretically, I guess. I'm speaking theoretically when I talk about ApparentlyJack. Oh, ApparentlyJack's going for a shot here. It doesn't, it's obviously got the pun. But I'm not sure if that was intended when ApparentlyJack made this name. Did he know that he was going to become a top-level Rocket League player, top-level player in Rocket League esports, and have casters tearing their hair out trying to commentate his games? But yeah, AppJack's got a great ring to it. I think the first time I heard it said was when I was doing the Guest to Pro episode with Jorius, and he said this has to be AppJack. I thought, oh, that's actually such a good variation of ApparentlyJack. Much shorter, less confusing. Yeah, what do you guys think? We can maybe start a petition to get his name changed. 3-1 for the aforementioned. There were a couple of runaway goals. I still stand by what I said the last time I casted these two, though. oKhaliD's comeback potential is, I think, always going to be better than Jack's. It's just a personality thing for me. oKhaliD is such a calm guy, and you see the same thing when you hear Fairy Peak talk in interviews, and when you just listen to him talking on a stream, you just know this guy he's just so calm. It doesn't matter how much pressure he's under, he's going to be playing for the win. Oh, khaLid with the open net miss. It was a bit of an awkward one, but still an open net miss, and now Jack's missed an open net. Guys, what's going on here? Jack should be scoring either way. There's a 100 boost to 0. Jack will put in the 4th goal. Yeah, you know, being calm, being composed under pressure still doesn't mean that you're not going to make mistakes like that, unfortunately. khaLid missing an open net. But the one thing I'm always confident of is that regardless of how silly the mistakes he's making are, he's always going to try, or he's going to play at the right kind of pace to come back. Now, Jack's misread the bounce here. Or has he? Actually, he's quite a nice position. I thought he misread it because he didn't look all that comfortable. But it was moving so slowly, it didn't really matter. It was an easy finish. And this is becoming a pretty large lead now, even with khaLid's comeback potential. It's going to be difficult. That's a very good shot by Jack. Look at the first touch by khaLid, though. Wow. Starting a counter-attack down the middle. Jack still gets to save on it. That's a solid read. To predict that khaLid is countering straight down the middle there is not easy, but khaLid is still going to score off it. The pressure was too much. Wow, that was a huge play. Passing the ball to himself off the inside of the post. And I'd say just as big of a play from Jack to even see that as a possibility. It would have been very, very tempting for him to just turn off ball cam, run for the mid boost or the corner boost or a demo onto khaLid, just assuming that he's going to be in the corner in the following few seconds. Jack, great awareness and understanding of the position. khaLid's lacking a bit of the usual snap that he's got on those bounce dribbles, those shots. I think the main thing that is lacking at the moment is the speed in the setup. Even with khaLid's ability to generate tons of power on the ball from a standstill, he makes it a lot. He would make it a lot easier on himself if he would accelerate the ball on the approach, get the ball moving quickly. Because then, especially with his technique that he always uses, the little side flip to shoot the ball, you generate way, way more power on the ball if it's already moving quickly to begin with. It's almost like an exponential thing. You're dribbling slowly, the ball hardly moves. You're dribbling a little bit fast, it moves, you know, somewhat quickly. Speaking of somewhat quickly, how fast has Jack built up a 7-2 lead here? That's unbelievable. And great dunk there at the end of the last play. It didn't have to go in to be effective. Look at the speed of Jack, 8-2. And even for khaLid, he's out of here. That's just game. You know, I was about to say, even for khaLid, this is just becoming insurmountable. I guess khaLid agrees. I don't think I've ever seen that. Such an early leave by khaLid. I mean, I've seen him make 5-goal comebacks in a minute before, but clearly just not feeling it right now. I don't know if he was just having a bad day or if he just, you know, wanted to go into the next game. It usually is just the case that they want to get into the next game. You're like, okay, I'm in a silly position here. I've made a few mistakes. I've given my opponent far too big of a lead. Let's just go queue up into the next game, start fresh. But, you know, they didn't queue into each other afterwards, so I don't know if khaLid kept playing ones. I'm just speculating here. But what we don't need to speculate on, what we know for an absolute fact, is that Jack played a brilliant game there. The speed was on point. I really love the confidence in his own setups for his shots. He was just significantly better than khaLid in that department. khaLid needs to speed it up a little. And already Jack is off to a 1-0 lead in the third game here, which, as a reminder for you guys, happened the day after the last one we just watched. So once again, they've had time to go sleep on the matchup and come back the next day fresh and see what they can get done in Aquadome. Air dribble bump coming in for Jack. Very good one. Oh my goodness, how has khaLid saved that? I honestly couldn't even tell you how he get that out of the net. That was insane. Looked like a surefire successful bump. Look at the air dribble control. Once again, khaLid gets the save. He's been tripped up on the landing, but he still gets the back corner boost. Jack's messed up his own recovery. Wow. Oh my goodness, Jack will feel like he's thrown away a 2-goal lead there. Obviously, it was unbelievable defending from khaLid that kept the game at a 1-0 score, but still, Jack will feel like he should have done more there. He'll feel like he should have at least come out of that play with ball control. If not a goal, definitely ball control. But he lost control at the midfield, lost control of his own car, and khaLid is quick to punish him. Low boost Jack. Can he accelerate this ball past oKhaliD? Yes, he can. 2-1. oKhaliD caught out of position in the offensive corner. And Jack makes quick work of him on the counter-attack. This is a very good look for Jack, I would say. Both the games we've seen so far, well, and what we've seen from this game, very good look stylistically. The first game, oKhaliD was just too good. He was playing very well, and still Jack was able to keep it close, keep it into, you know, that 1-goal score. Maybe with a little bit of help from oKhaliD's inaccuracy late in the game, but yeah, this style that Jack's playing with, very effective. I think his Octane play, it suits him more. I don't know if you guys would agree with me there, but I definitely prefer Jack's Octane play to his Fennec play that I've seen more recently. I think he's a natural in the Octane. It just suits him. That is a beautiful dribble though. oKhaliD crosses over Jack and smashes the ball into the top corner. Absolutely no chance for Jack. And notice how quickly oKhaliD got into position there. That is, I think, one of the things that was lacking in game number 2. oKhaliD, especially with his bounce dribbling, was just a bit too slow. It's a sick 50-50. Jack with a no jumper and still gets it right by oKhaliD, who's bounced over the top of him. Now the meta game begins. Will Jack switch it up next time? Go high with a flick, since he's shown oKhaliD the low 50-50. oKhaliD commits to the mid boost attempt. No luck. Jack's going straight at him. Oh, look at that by Jack. So sneaky. Most of the time, Jack would have made a dash to his left there so that he can get into the space that's going to become available, since oKhaliD has to vacate the area. But that is not what he's gone for. He plays straight for the goal. Speaking of, oKhaliD puts that one straight into the goal, as the boost advantage after the kickoff was an insurmountable lead. So many goals each way already. It seems like both players are struggling to handle each other's offensive capabilities. oKhaliD has no dodge, and the ball's too far away from him to land a reset on it. Plays for the back corner as usual, but Jack's going to beat him to the corner boost. Doesn't even need it. Gets the demo instead. That's a big play by Jack. Scared oKhaliD away from the corner boost with his mere presence, and then leaves it. Says, I don't even need that. I'm going to make sure you don't get your corner boost, and I'm not even going to take it. I'm just going to go and score. Oh, what a save. Jack just timing that to perfection. Did he miss the boost there? He must have missed that boost on the half flip, because it shouldn't be. It should not have been up in the corner after such a short time. He still made it back very quickly, because usually it's a done deal. If you half flip onto the boost on the diagonal spawn and you go straight away for your goal, it is not possible for the other player to generate enough power on the ball. At least not, I don't think it's possible for the other player to generate enough power on the shot from the center circle to beat you, even if they place it perfectly. 2-goal lead for Jack. He's going to get the back-to-back win over oKhaliD. This is the third and last game that we're going to be casting today. The finisher of the series. That is an open net. Jack takes his time with it and makes sure to put it in. 3-goal lead. Now remember, oKhaliD left the last game around about this time remaining when there was a 6-goal advantage for Jack. Don't expect him to be leaving this one with a 3-goal deficit, but still, not the kind of confidence we're used to seeing from him. Couple of wave dashes from oKhaliD. That's clean. And he will sneak another one past Jack, who didn't land too well on his own recovery. Oh, that was almost a great kickoff for Jack, but he's been forced to put it into his own net. You'll notice that Jack is actually trying to lose the kickoff there. Take the ball into his back corner, but it's a dangerous game to be playing. So the gap between you controlling the ball into your back corner and your opponent beating you to it with a shot, very, very small, and the same thing's happened again. That's 2 kickoff goals in a row. I think the second, or the first one is a little bit more preventable. Just like that, oKhaliD is right back in the game, and he's still coming forward. The pressure is mounting, and this is the sort of position you never really expect to see oKhaliD giving up possession in. He's going to go back and forward here, taking every single boost, and eventually finds a way through. 8-7. And that was 4 goals in 30 seconds from oKhaliD. Wonder, was it worth staying in the 8-2 game that he was losing? Because 8-2 could very quickly become 8-6 if he does what he just did now. And he'd still have over a minute to spare to get the other 2 goals. oKhaliD not too far off. Another goal in that position. Good demo by Jack though. Wow, that's huge. He should be able to score from this position. Confident flick. Oh, it's off the bar though. So close. But just not meant to be for Jack. It was a thunderous flick. First touch is perfect. He's going to go directly for the goal with the second one. And oKhaliD can't catch it. The power from Jack is too great. And these guys just will not stop slugging it out. I think I've accidentally broken the player cam here. Give me a second, guys. Sorry to ruin your immersion. I don't know what the hotkey is to get back on player camera and replays. But all we're going to miss is... the build up to a kickoff goal. So I probably picked a pretty good time to mess that one up. My apologies on that. I'll try not to click any buttons, except the one that I know changes from one perspective to another. 1 goal game. Will we see 10 for both players? It's very possible. Actually, oKhaliD playing for the time wasting. Really good pathing in the back corner. Didn't even leave himself open for the demo for a moment there. oKhaliD might be looking for a 10th goal, but he's not going to go for any kind of 50-50s. He knows that there's no way that Jack can speed up this ball, and he will complete the comeback win with the boost advantage. A little bit of possession play at the end there for oKhaliD. Really good play under the time constraints that they had. And it was that evasion in the back corner that really secured the win. Beautiful little boost trail there. Might leave that up for the end of this video. But yeah, hopefully you guys are still enjoying these ranked showcases. I find them really interesting to cast because obviously we get a different look at what players are doing. Sometimes we get to see what they're experimenting with, what they're practicing in the outside of the show match environment. And you know, there's a little bit less pressure, but also at the same time a little bit less concern, I guess, from the players. They're obviously much more easy. It's much easier to forfeit a ranked game than it is to forfeit a game in the middle of a show match. So we don't have to watch the last 2 minutes there of that probably done deal that was game 2. But yeah, overall, I like what I'm seeing from both players recently. I think oKhaliD will maybe lack in a bit of confidence. It could just be against Jack, but maybe it's in general. I'm not sure. But he's not attacking with the same kind of conviction that we saw in his other ranked games that we watched against, I think it was Spider on the channel recently. He really attacked with such confidence in that matchup. But this one, a bit slower, bit more methodical. And I think he's still trying to find the balance there. I would like to see a bit more speedy setups from him. Jack, I think good to see him back in the Octane. He looks very clean in it. And yeah, the matchup against oKhaliD, he seems to have a pretty good win condition down. All these games, he lost 2 games by 1 goal, and the middle game he won by a landslide. So definitely looking pretty good in the matchup based on these 3 replays, which came from 3 consecutive days. Pretty consistent stuff across the board from him. Looking forward to seeing more from them, hopefully in the near future. But for now, that's all we got time for. So I will be back tomorrow with another one, hopefully. Maybe from a live stream. Maybe more ranked replays if I find some that I wanted to take a look at and want to show to you guys. Either way, though, have a good rest of your day, everybody. I'll catch you later, and take care.